Hey everyone, this is John Hans with the LBL Group. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk to you about this really cool new program that Anthem just rolled out for California enrolled members. So at a high level, this is basically going to be a way for if you have Anthem, HMO, or EPO plans, and you go to certain providers who are in network, you could potentially have out-of-pocket costs that are drastically lower than they would be otherwise, and potentially zero in some cases. So if you want to know how you can pay $0 for labs, images, or surgeries, pay attention and follow along with me until the end, okay? So to start with, this program is, again, it just came out recently. It's called Sites of Service. And so what Anthem recognized is that within their network of providers, they have some of them that are able to do things really well at a much lower cost than other providers. A lot of times that's going to be things like independent ambulatory surgical centers, independent labs, and independent radiology and other imaging platforms that just because they can emphasize, they focus on what they do all day, they don't have a lot of other costs. So is what Anthem said is they said, if you're going to go to these providers that we know are able to do things very inexpensively and really well, we want to incentivize you to do that. And so in some cases, you'll pay no dollars towards a deductible. Your copay might even be $0. And then, inpatient or, whatever the cost might be for going to the ambulatory surgical center, significantly reduced as well. So this is a really good program. You should definitely know about this if you're on Anthem. At a high level, the program walks you through lab tests, radiology and imaging, and outpatient surgery. The thing you need to know is that how to find those on the website, and I'll walk you through that here once we get done with this. A good example, though, is that they show some ideas of how much this might save you as a member. And so this is where, for me, I looked at this and my eyes just totally popped. So what they do is they lower the allowed amounts for a lot of these procedures. And so if you're on, say, the Gold HMO plan for Anthem, the Gold HMO 30 plan, they show you here that instead of going to maybe like the major hospital you usually use, if you go get a lab done with one of these providers instead of 25, if you need an X-ray done, it's 15 instead of 45. If you need an MRI done, it's 100 instead of 250, and something like a knee surgery is going to be 300 instead of 400. So these things can add up. It's even helpful if you're on an HSA plan. Usually for HSAs, the whole idea there is you're paying for all your costs up front until you hit that deductible. And so usually there's not just a copay for certain services, but with the sites of service, there is. So you really need to pay attention to this because it could really mean the difference of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for you in a given year if you are having to consume some healthcare. So the way that we're going to find those providers, we're going to go to anthem.com/CA. You're going to click Find Care at the top of the page. And we're basically going to need to put in some information here so that Anthem knows where we are and what we're trying to find. So if you don't have your member ID or anything like that on you, you can click here to see guest. Type in medical care. So we're going to select medical. We're going to go to California. Here you can either select, we're going to select employer-sponsored coverage here. And then here for plan and network, you can select your specific plan if you do know that. So you might say, I know that I have like a Gold Select HMO or PPO plan. So we could do that. You can also just select the network you use. But in this case, let's say Gold Select PPO. So we're going to click that. We're going to click Continue. We need to let the program know, the website know where we're at and what we're looking for. So we're going to start with labs. So type in here laboratory. So this is going to be if you need to go to a lab to get some blood test done or something like that, and your doctor asks you to do that. So what you'll do is you'll click laboratory. This is going to go very far from where I live in Los Angeles. That could mean an hour's drive. So I'm going to reselect here to 5 miles. And then here's the key to finding these sites of service. Click subspecialty here. Scroll down until you find independent laboratory. So this tells me there's 70 independent laboratories within a few miles of where I live. So if you want to find any of them, click here for the map view. This is going to put everything on a map just around where you live. So I'm down here off of the 90 freeway. I can see that there's all these different providers who are near me. So from here, and schedule an appointment. So that's laboratories. I also want to show you really quickly surgical centers. So let's type in surgical centers. Same thing, make sure you got the right zip code in there. Distance, again, I'm going to narrow this down to 5 miles from where I live. Depends on the density of providers within your area, so just pay attention to that. So again, specialty here should say surgical centers. Let's see that it does. Okay, surgical centers. Subspecialty here, I'm going to click ambulatory surgical centers. So ambulatory surgical centers means that it's not attached to a regular hospital. It's a standalone center that just does surgeries. The benefit of that is you're getting a group of providers who are just doing these surgeries all day, every day. Because of that, they're able to do these things at a lower overall cost. It's kind of some basic market economics, which we don't usually get to take advantage of in healthcare. But so with this, if I just need something like a knee, a knee scan or a quick arthroscopy of my knee, I can jump in here. I can find something in Marina Del Rey. I might see something or over in Westchester. So you got some options here. You just need to look it up and make a call to them and make sure that your physician can give you a referral to one of these sites of service. It's going to allow you to pay very little out of pocket, potentially nothing. And with healthcare costs going up every year as it is, we're always trying to find ways for people to be able to spend a little bit less on their healthcare because we know it goes a long distance. So if you have questions about how this works, if you have any questions about how your plan might work with this, or if you want to know how you might be able to find these providers, please reach out. I'm here as a resource. Thanks and have a nice day.